Hello, welcome to my belly button piercing care video. This is my second or third remake actually, and I decided to do it in a calmer setting with a little bit better quality webcam and hopefully some better sound. So I decided to phrase this all into questions so that I can refer you guys to the questions if you repeat something. All the times and questions will be located on the sidebar over there, so please check that out before you ask me anything. Just to let you guys know, I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a piercer, and if you guys have any long-lasting problems, you should probably consult a physician and not ask somebody on YouTube for help. I paid $40 to get mine done at a little piercing shop down the street of where I used to live, but it really just depends on the quality of the piercer, how busy they are, if you have to make an appointment, and the kind of jewelry they use. It tends to be between It tends to be between $20 and $120, so obviously the more you pay, the better quality stuff it's going to be. I recommend going for something in the middle because there's no need to pay $120, but if you're paying less than $20, you're probably not getting the best job out there. I have to make this quick. So warm salt water with about a pinch of salt and warm water and a cotton ball. Twice a day. You are just going to soak it and then put it on your belly button and let it rest. You can just lay down, whatever, because you just want to get the salt into the piercing to clean it because it actually helps with pain as well. So that's important. Next, you are going to spray it with Bactine solution. You can do this between 3 and 4 times a day, but if it tends to get dry, then you want to be more careful. The first thing you do is I swirl on top of the piercing. I swirl underneath, around the ball, and make sure that you move it because you want to make sure it's not stuck. If it gets stuck, you're going to have to get it surgically removed. To change it, I have a really gross stomach right now. To change it, this is probably one of the most often asked questions. You're going to clean it first because you want to make sure it's all nice and clean and stuff and easier to move. And you are going to take the ball, turn it around, and pull it out. I have a gross hole in my belly button because the piercing is stubby, right? And then you are going to pretend what's the jewelry that you're going to be putting in and slide it in. It should go in really easily. If it's going in rough, you took it out too soon, that kind of sucks for you. And then you squeeze the ball on and you're done. I'm not sure if there's a standard jewelry that they need to use at every shop for piercers, but I'm pretty sure they said they use titanium. It's been a while, so I'm not really positive, but it depends on the metal. You should really make sure you're not allergic to the metal they're using. Find out what kind of metal they're using before you get it done, because if it's really cheap quality metal, you're more than likely to get an infection or some kind of pussy reaction that is not right for your body. If you have issues with it, I suggest you take it out. But if you can wait till the healing process is over, you can always change the kind of metal at the end because the better quality metal that you have is better. I recommend more probably gold, which is really expensive, but anything that's not nickel is probably good. There may be a controversy on this, but this is what I recommend. Fishnet shirts that will snag, anything that will snag in general, scented soap, blankets that aren't clean, laying on your stomach, touching it, hot tubs, swimming pools, really tight shirts, strong alcohol products. Basically, you want to keep your piercing aired out, but you don't want to have a lot going on. You really, especially, do not want to be touching it, so do not touch your belly button. Do not play with it as much as you're tempted to do so. The most commonly asked question has to do with pain, so I'm going to give you guys the straightforward right here. They're shoving a hollow needle through your body and it's not supposed to be there. It feels like a sharp stabbing pain. To me, it did hurt, but for others, they may say it didn't hurt at all. So it really just depends on your body, the piercer, the kind of spot that they pierced it in, and etc. It also depends on how well you take care of it because it's not just about pain when you first get it, it's more about the soreness and the pain in the long run. For those of you who are scared of needles, I highly recommend if you're scared of needles, don't do this until you have conquered your fear of needles or have gotten over it, because they're going to tell you to calm down and breathe and will not do it if you're panicking. It's best if you go into the situation knowing what you're going to expect and knowing there's going to be a needle. So if you have a great fear of needles and you're scared it's going to hurt, you don't want to go, you should probably wait until you conquer that before you go and do something like get a piercing. You can buy jewelry from the shop that you got your piercing at ahead of time. You can buy them from like a Hot Topic or a Spencer's. You can buy them from any kind of tattoo shop. But really, you need to pay attention to the kind of metal, because if you buy them at Spencer's and Hot Topic and stuff, you can get an infection because of the type of metal it is. Also, one that I got, the dye was kind of wearing off on the dangly part, so you want to be sure that if the dye part's going to be in your belly button ring, that you make sure it will not stain your skin, because if it stains your skin, it's probably, like I said, not the best quality. You can also purchase them online. I'll list just a few sites in the sidebar over here, but any website, anywhere you can get them. The most important thing, like I said, once again, because I have to repeat myself a million times, is that you pay attention to the kind of metal and quality that you're putting in your body, because it's a spot in your body, and I really don't want any of you guys to get an infection. It can take 2 months to a year for your belly button to heal, depending on the care that you're giving it and depending on the kind of metal that you use. This is what you can expect to see. You can expect to see pus, blood, crust, swelling, soreness, and redness. So pretty much anything that has to do with the needle going through your body, you can tend to see some abnormality. Now, if you are seeing an extreme amount of blood, really, really funny looking pus, if you're just getting odor, if no matter how much you're cleaning it and you're getting a rash all over your belly area, then you might be allergic to the metal and you may have an infection. If you do have an infection and you catch it in the early stages, you can get antibiotics to cure it, as well as just continue to use the cleaning method that I gave you. But if you take too long to do it, it might be really, really bad and stuck in, and you'll have to get it surgically removed. So please just be, don't be oblivious and pay attention to what's going on with your body, because if it hurts so much a few months after you get it done, then you really need to go to the doctor. But don't try changing it early, because as soon as you change it early, you're going to have to start the healing process all over again, and that's really going to suck. You can pierce it yourself, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Wow, look at the lighting change. It keeps randomly changing. I'm talking really fast. Anyways, I would not recommend it. Absolutely not. You can, but don't do it. Please, 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 please. Because unless you have the right jewelry, sterilized equipment, a sterilized room, and probably a license, and don't know what you're doing, and know what you're doing, you're probably going to hurt yourself, because like I said, it could be at a bad angle. And the main part is not necessarily how you're doing it. It's that if it's at a bad angle, it's going to look funny, first of all. And if you're not sterilized, it's going to be more likely to get an infection. And avoiding infection is the main priority to have a good-looking belly button piercing, because later on in life, you will have a black hole. Like mine got infected and I have a funny colored hole, which I'll show you, or you've probably already seen at this point. So don't pierce it yourself, please. As soon as it's healed. I'm not going to give you a date and a time, because everybody's body is different. As soon as you can lay on your stomach without hurting, go in a pool in a hot tub without infection, touch it and play with it without it hurting. As soon as it's not puffing, swollen, red, crusty, or sore to the touch at all, it's probably okay to change it. But, it just depends on your body. It's probably going to be a couple of months, to say the least. You can always change it early, but would I recommend it? No, because then you're more likely to get an infection, and if you change it early, you'll quite possibly have to start the healing process all over again. And I keep repeating myself because there's some main points that need to be said that have to do with every question I've been asked.